Hey, welcome to Atmosphere. We are currently in Vegas. We just landed a couple days ago. Decided to take a family trip before Kaya starts online academy next week. What better fun to be in the sunshine here in Vegas before we head out to Thailand. So Palm Springs, Vegas, Thailand, all the fun stuff for sunshine. But I wanted to give you a quick tour because this is a really cool spot. We've never stayed here before and we've been bouncing around. How about we go on this tour? So Cody and I actually haven't been to this location in several years. We actually were here I think like 4 or 5, no, maybe like 6 or 7 years ago when we came to the Palms and did a daytime party on the 60th floor. So it's been a while, so now we're family fun. But anywho, let's hop on into this bathroom here. This is obviously Cody's favorite kingdom of all because he loves to pamper himself. But there's a stand-in shower here, obviously a jetted tub. I'm glad it's frosted because I'm pretty sure the bedroom's just right on this other side and we don't need all that business happening. On the other side, there's a half privacy wall with a toilet, of course, and the frosted glass sliders just for privacy for everyone to have their own little moment. And it does shut off too, so if you're taking a shower, this does shut so you have your own little chamber of fun. This is one of the favorite places, as you guys have known from our other vlogs, but also it holds a little more true for me from a dietary standpoint. I am a vegan, I'm a proud vegan, but Vegas is the hardest place. Out of all the places we've ever traveled, this is the #1 place that I've had the hardest time finding something to eat. And so having a kitchen was actually a delight. So this is a studio styled home, as you can imagine. It's big open concept and we're pretty excited because it is a king size bed here. There is a pull-out sofa couch that's a queen size for Miss Kaya, so she has her own little sleeping zone. Big office space because obviously we're gonna have to pull out the laptops and work, you know, digital nomad life. And really good Wi-Fi actually, super surprised with that. 2 TVs, so we each can be watching our own programs at the same time. And yeah, we're super excited. It's a really beautiful place. Everyone's been awesome here, super clean and modern. And then we have a phenomenal view as well.
And this is Kaya just chilling out.
Alright, so let's head on out to the patio here. My favorite part, I love a good view. And I know you can't feel it through the camera, but it is 116 degrees right now and it is 3:40 in the afternoon. So definitely a little toasty, but such an awesome view, huge patio to hang out. Just enjoy it.
We just thought that we'd give you guys a quick little tour of our spot. I like it. It's you know, something different.
It is different. It's off the strip, which is great because it gives us that moment of peacefulness in a weird sense, but also has different amenities that aren't on the strip.
With this vlog, we thought we were gonna switch it up and kind of like give you guys like a pros and cons about what it's like to be digital nomads. We're still new to the scene because, you know, we didn't start living this life until like the beginning of this year, and so we're still adjusting and figuring things out. You know, Kaya's going into her next year of online school. Last year, since we just started this year, she only did about like 6 months of it. This is going to be like her first full year of online school, but we want to be able to give you guys the pros and cons. I'll tell you the things that's great about being digital nomads and the things that's like completely hard. And
it's a gift and a curse. We get questions all the time, so we just wanted to give some info to you.
But what we're going to do is we're actually going to wait for the sun to set, sit in the living room. So we'll see you in a second, all right? All right, so we thought we'd do like pros and cons that are basically give you guys a little insight on how our life is. We get a lot of questions about what's it like being digital nomads. You know, is it hard? Is it easy? Social media can make it seem it's all like glitter and gold when you're traveling, and that's not the truth. I mean, you still have your ups and downs. You know, sometimes you're wishing you never did it. Sometimes you're happy that you did. It's not like a consistency of like, oh, this is the best thing ever. But I think you have to manage it, you know, all the same way. So we thought that we would tell you, you know, what it's like with us being, you know, digital nomads.
So the first thing that we wanted to kind of touch on is experiencing life outside of Seattle. So for me, I haven't got to travel as much as I'd like to outside of the States. And so I would say the pro is being able to experience all the cultures, everything that everywhere else has to offer outside of Seattle besides the money piece. But being able to food, the music, everything, the animals, the plants, everything that you could think of, being able to experience that and do it as a family is amazing, and it's something I would never take back because, you know, life's short. So I would say that's a huge pro for us, is to be outside of Seattle, besides saving money, but being able to be in the nitty gritty of other places, which has been a really great time. We've met a lot of awesome people too on our journey.
The cons is really just like being away and feeling like you're missing everything. And this is where something like social media plays a big part on that, because you could be sitting on the beach in like Belize, living the life, and then you see somebody posting like a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese and you feel like some type of jealousy. You always wish what you can't have. That's the one thing about being away, is when all your friends and families back home and they're hanging out and doing even just the little things, you kind of wish that you were there being, a part of it. So I would say that the con is, you feel like you're missing out on just the little things.
Or the weather's great in Seattle when you're actually away from Seattle and you come home and it starts storming.
Yeah, because
so
for some reason...
It's a weird thing.
Yeah, for some reason it feels like the weather is at its best when we're not there. So, yeah, that's one of them.
The other, I'm just piggybacking on the pro and con of that, is obviously we travel with our daughter. So for us, one of the other pieces is experiencing and having her get cultured worldwide, because you can't teach that in a classroom. It's not something that someone can give you a book and you can realize it. It's her being able to get out, get her feet wet, get in the know of everything. So I would say that's another pro for us in the schooling system piece, is she's learning worldwide and how to function in this society outside of her norm.
The pro with saving money while we're traveling is when you're in the States, there's a lot of things you find yourself doing. For example, we're in Vegas right now, and you can call that traveling as well because we live in Seattle. But it's expensive and it costs a lot of money. And so things like Uber Eats and all the other things that exist when you're at home is just so accessible, but you find yourself doing it more than you actually probably need. So when you're in a foreign country, for example, it's actually better because I feel like, when it's really late and you probably shouldn't be eating, you can't just call like Uber or something like that. And that, for me, actually helped out a lot.
Well, I'm on the con side, so I'm just going to go in then. I would say one of the cons for traveling is you can end up spending more money if you're not actually smart and savvy with where you're staying, what you're doing, how much you're spending on food, if you're doing excursions. Car rentals can get expensive. It's all the little pieces that can get expensive. Parking fees, resort fees, taxes, occupancy. Kaya's $30 extra a night for us in a lot of places. And so I think that you do save money if you're smart. There's a lot of places that when you do a little bit more research, you can actually save quite a bit more money, but it can be a con if you're not paying attention to all the details. Me with my negative stuff.
Yeah, I just feel that when it comes to saving money, there's a pros and a cons to everything, because you might have the money. Your business might be doing so well that like you can spend whatever you want. For us, I'm not going to say we're balling, but we have the money to be able to do what we want. But at the same time, we just like to be smart about what we're doing. Management. And sometimes we're like, hey, let's have fun and let's not worry about the money. We're spending more money than we kind of had in our mind. But with that being said, this is like the last week of summer for Kaya before she starts her online school. We're trying to just have fun and do what we want to do and live it up, because we're going to start school and it's going to get a little more busy, and then we're going to be heading off to Thailand. We know that it's going to be a lot of stuff going on, so right now we're just trying to enjoy the time of like the calm before the storm comes. So for food, the pro to me is being able to try things that you're not going to get back home. I eat a lot of ramen and I love ramen, but I know there's more to life than just ramen. And so being able to travel and try like different foods and try what's native to where we're at, to me is good, because it kind of expands the horizon of, the different tastes and the different...
it's cheaper usually too.
Yeah, and it's cheaper. It is cheaper. It is cheaper. But, that matters what country you're in and all that. But just overall, it just helps you be able to be a little more diverse with what you're eating. And so you don't just end up eating ramen 5 days a week. 7 days.
So I'm going to chime in on the con on that side. So, and this is just a personal preference for me. I'm a vegan. And so for us traveling, I've had the most ridiculous time trying to find foods that work for me. Literally every single place that we've been, I'm like, oh my gosh, am I really going to have to eat tater tots again? So, and even that being said, like, I don't like when tater tots are fried with the same stuff. So it's like this weird balance. And when you're out and about, you don't always want to have a salad, or sometimes they don't have dressings that could even go on the salad. And so it's just it's a fine balance of being smart dietary wise, financially too, because when they are exporting and importing vegan goods at different grocery stores, they're even more expensive than our traditional Whole Foods and PCC and stuff like that. When you go internationally, it's like they think vegan food is something that it's not. And so
especially in Belize. Belize was a really hard place for her, because
they're like, it has shrimp. And I'm like, that's definitely not vegan.
Yeah.
So, it's vegetarian, veganism, pescatarian. There's a whole bunch of array, and I think it's just a cultural clash, I guess, for lack of a better word. So that would be my con, is that I have a harder time eating.
The last one is family. Pros is we'd be able to come back and kind of share the stories and inspire our family to travel and join us on this like crazy adventure.
It's hard to say pros and cons of being away from family and friends and our dog CJ, of course. But the reality is when you get out of your comfort zone, when you're in other countries, it forces you to be social with other people and other things and be out of your comfort zone. And so we've met a lot of expats and a lot of other business owners, and we've made some connections and networked while we're traveling and out and about. More or less, we wouldn't do that when we're at home. We stay in our comfort zone, and I think that's just human nature as a whole. So yes, we are sad to be away from family and friends, but at the same time, it also gives us more social skills of being in other places. And like I said, con is obviously being away from our dog CJ for sure, but we FaceTime with him, and being away from our friends and family, that we go to our traditional places and hang out and do our fun things as normal. So yeah. I think that it's a gift and a curse on both ends, but it's finding that silver lining on both sides that continues to help you grow as a person.
And I would say for the con with me, yeah, I think it's more just being away from family, and things happen. Like everybody has their own dramas. People, like families go through their up and downs, and there's been a lot going on with our family and stuff. We're away and we get phone calls about things going on, and there's not much we can do about it.
It's a weird guilt.
Yeah, it's a weird guilt. Like we know that our family's number one, but we know that traveling is a big piece of our family now. And so, but it's weird when things is going on back home and you can't be there to really help out. No one's blaming us or no one's mad at us. It's just we're not there, and when we get back we can attend to what we have to do. Overall, we absolutely love traveling, and I don't know how long this is gonna last, but
forever. We get asked that all the time too, like, oh, are you guys only gonna do this for a few months or a year? Because a lot of people have that plan of like, we'll do this for 2 months and then we'll go back to life as usual. For us, there's not really a deadline. We're gonna keep riding.
We're just gonna do it until we don't want to do it no more. Yeah. And when we say no more, we mean like maybe take like a little bit off and then get back to it. But I wouldn't change this for anything. This has been great. We love it. Kaya loves it, and so
living out of a suitcase is its own ball game, but we're learning how to live minimalistically, which is even better. Yeah. So,
and that's another thing is when we go back home, we go into our storage to like look for like little things that we might need, and we completely forget about things that we have. And for me, I love it because it kind of just shows me that I don't need these things. So like
materialistic.
Yeah, it's like you think you need it, and then when you don't have it, you forget about it. And so when you come back to it, it kind of just proves that you don't need 20 pairs of shoes. I have a lot of pairs of shoes.
And anything can be replaced. That's one of the other pieces is, and that's a hard realization too when you're in other countries when people don't really have anything. It also puts things into perspective for you as a person too. Yeah. How you function in society. So
yeah. So we just wanted to give you guys pros and cons about what it's like, traveling for a living and being out and being able to go wherever you want, whether it's like inside the States or inside like the area that you live or outside the country. It doesn't matter. Traveling is beautiful. We recommend it to everybody. And if you guys have any questions or want to ask us things, don't hesitate.
We only scrape the surface, and there's so much more to it, and we'd love to talk about it and share with you.
Exactly. So if this is, something you guys want to see more often, we can do it. We love that our community is growing. We hope to get it as big as possible, and everybody can be able to share their experience.
We appreciate all your support.
Yeah, we hope that we can meet some of you guys. And before we go, I want to show you guys this beautiful view behind us. We're staying at the Palms right now, and obviously we're in Las Vegas like we said. So I thought it'd be really cool to show you the view really quick before we say bye to you guys. So let's do that real quick. And this is the view we have right now. All right, y'all. We appreciate everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you drop a comment. Thanks for sticking around with us. Thanks for building a community. We hope you guys check out the rest of the videos. Thanks for watching.
The Addams Family.
Da-da-da.